for Jamie particularly before. Oh, lots. Splendid. Let's get some microphones placed. I've got one at the front here, please, gentleman with a red tie. I've got and behind him, I'm trying to okay, right, okay, mic over there. Come further forward, please, and stop. Go over there. There we are. Splendid. Right, now, if I start on with you on my right.
Does the investor also qualify for capital gains holdover?
Yes, there is a capital gains concession as well. Yeah.
Well, holdover.
So it looks a bit like EIS, Enterprise
Yeah.
Investment Schemes, except that the difference between EIS is for organizations where you can invest equity, and you can't invest equity in most social enterprise charities, and so it's a debt thing, but it's effectively the same kind of arrangement, so it includes capital.
Thank you. I've got a question over here, and then there's the gentleman with his hand up there. If you go there next, and then we'll come over here next, if we may.
Well, first of all, thank you for trying and scale to this social investment. So any initiative, it's welcome. Unfortunately, though, the way it seems you're going about it is by trying to reproduce standard market rates for unsecured loans, such that people will be attracted into investing this.
Yeah.
So in a way, you're trying to make this an asset class by using the absolute standard methodology. While I thought it would have been preferable for the overall sector just to try and find the social impact and quantify it in such a way that the total return to the investor would have been somewhat indifferent in between the two. So try and instill more the willingness to accept a slightly lower than market return in order to make the total return, including the social one, the sum of the two, acceptable.
I don't have any resistance whatsoever to your proposal. I think it's absolutely the case that we should also be doing social impact investing where the quantified social impact is explicit enough, clear enough, that people can add the financial and the social return together to come up with a satisfying outcome. I think there's absolutely no question we should be doing that. I think some of the methodology is still needs to develop a little bit more. I think what we're describing in making a complete market clearing situation is an additional approach to the market. So I wouldn't exclude, I wouldn't say one is better or better than the other. What we're trying to do, as I said before, we're trying to unlock, we're trying to mainstream this entire conversation to the extent that we can make it look like market with the assistance of public policy and 30% tax relief. Then I think we should exploit that in addition to the other mechanisms that you described, which I think is perfectly legitimate and we would expect to do.
Thank you. Now let's take one more question specifically for Jamie, and then we'll throw it open for the whole panel if that's all right, because it's about the time we had a variety of questions. But sir, you had your hand up. So
yeah. Hi, it's Dominic McGonigal. I'm a trustee director of NACRO, crime reduction charity, and I'm also chairing 2 digital startups. So there's a couple of hats on. I wanted to pick up on returns on social investment. Actually, it was also referencing something that Nick was saying about measuring social impact. Because certainly for NACRO, where we're measuring reoffending and reducing it, there's fantastic figures from Anna there. The data's all there, but it's generally locked down. It's in police records, it's in court records, and we can't access it at an individual level. I'm just wondering if you have ways of accessing that data in order to measure the net social impact, whether that's a problem you've faced or whether you've actually managed to find ways around it, so you can then get the return on the investment.
Okay, thank you. Now, who would like to comment on that first?
Well, that specific question about the seems to ring a bell. I think New Philanthropy Capital did some work on a data project for exactly that, didn't it?
Indeed, they did. And so, unlocking data is actually a key and the fundamental issue. And I would refer you to the work that FPC did specifically with the Department of Justice on that. Because the point you make is such a significant point that we can't actually get access to the stats. How do we know? What impact we're having? So there is an open data project which I think has much further to go. But the core of it is precisely around the Department of Justice. Happy to point you in that direction.
Thank you. Any other comment on that particular point before we throw it over to Morgan Anthony on impact that is insight? Jamie? Okay. Right, thank you. Now